Hello, everyone. It's Dave here. First of all, I haven't talked to many of you in quite some time, so I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and trying to maintain some sense of sanity. Um, I know it all can be pretty hard at times. I've been insane for many years, so it doesn't really affect me too much. So I'm going to talk to you a bit today about the new commission structure. Finally have the new commission calculator, the new commission code, all of everything on my end done to support the new commission structure that was launched, I guess, around TIBS. Uh, so I'm really only going to be discussing the retail boat sale commission because that was really the only thing that was affected. These changes will apply to the service ERP as well, but the calculation methods and the percentages and all of that stay the same as they were. So that is all completely unaffected. So we're just going to jump right in here. I have this ERP that is created for our infamous customer, Les Claypool. If you don't know who that is, hit up Google, go check it out. The man's amazing. But we're going to carry on from here. So we're going to start this ERP was just converted from an opportunity, so it's brand new, fresh. First thing you're going to notice is the ERP order tasks have changed slightly. No longer are we using OPI line items. It's going to be called retail sale. It's the same functionality. It's just it makes more sense to me than OPI line items. It's the retail sale. So everything that was on the opportunity comes into the retail sale task, except for everything that was in the business office section, which you'll see is the next task. Those were broken out before into insurance and protection and service tasks. Those are now combined and they all live within the business office task. I'll explain why this is happening in a minute. And now we automatically always create this retail rig task. There's something special for this task, and we want to make sure it gets created all the time for every retail boat sale. Whether we use it or not, that's irrelevant, but it's going to be there. So the big difference is the commission is based on each individual ERP order task as opposed to the entire ERP order record, meaning each individual task has its own commission record. So any parts applied to that task has its own commission record and its own payee. So now we have the ability to break up actual commissions on a great larger scale. We have more finite control of who's getting the commission payment. Um, so this will become more apparent when we actually look at this commission tab. And this looks similar to the way it did before. Um, we don't have tabs across the top. We just have the two actual commission records that were being created. And you'll notice here the retail rig does not have a commission record because no one gets commission for those parts. But something special happens to any parts to that retail rig. So if we add parts to the retail rig, they get added to the retail sale record. And we do this because the retail sale record is now based on gross margin or profit. And if we don't add the retail rig parts as a deduction, which you'll see here, and obviously I'm in my sandbox and I don't have all my prices set properly, you would see a sale price of 0, a cost of X amount of dollars, and it would be deducted from the profit of the boat, which then in turn will drop the commission slightly. So that is why we have the retail rig task. It's important to understand that and use it for what it's supposed to be used for. And we can switch to business office. And this looks slightly different than the retail sales task because this one is based 100% on the gross margin or the profit. So we don't see a payment per line because the payment is actually calculated on 10% of the profit, as you see right there. When we go into the business office, and this will be the same for any other commission record other than the retail sale, you see a sale, a cost, profit, and then you actually see the payment for each line item like we did before. These green numbers will tell you actually what the line item is being calculated on, so what the payment is calculating on. And these two are the insurance lines, so we know that we're actually calculating the payment based on the profit. And this is a 3-season care package, and this we can quickly see that we're calculating using this 5% rate on the sale. So that just kind of gives you a quick reference on how the calculations are happening. I know seeing cost here and sale can get a little bit confusing for everybody, but so now we have some green numbers to help you see actually which number is being used to calculate the payment. So we can just go back real quickly here to the retail sale. This function's the same. I'm a system admin currently set up. I can do everything. Salespeople would not be able to review or approve. This is set up just strictly for the accounting staff. So we can start right away by if this is a split deal perhaps, or we need to edit this payment of some kind, we can click on the edit payment buttons. And now we're in an edit mode where we could add a payment. Perhaps we want to split this commission with somebody, and this functions similar to the way it did before. See, we get a little error saying, well, we need to assign this to somebody, so I'll give it to my little buddy Steven there. And that's good, except for he gets nothing, so he probably wants something. So I've made a slider here for this. Once you've clicked on it, you can use your up and down arrows if you want some precise control. We get the error message that the percentages have to equal 100, so that makes sense. You'll notice you can't do the update payment. It's disabled. And then once we have 100%, that will go away, and we can simply click update payments, and we have 2 payments. So that all works pretty similar. You can add as many as you want. Also note that these line items are no longer editable. So you used to be able to click on here and make some changes. You can no longer do that. What you can do is add a line item. So we can add anything we want, you know, custom line item, comment, quantity 1, maybe it's $100, cost nothing, and we can save that. And you'll see the line item is down here. Quick reference, only custom line items, you will see this edit box where you could edit or delete those line items, so we'll know that that's a custom added line item. You don't have to actually say it's a custom line item in the description. So we'll go through the reviewed and approved by accounting. Say they come in and did this. The 2 payees will both get a notice. This is where it's a little bit different as well. They'll both get a chatter saying your commission record's been approved. Please go review those and accept it, or it will happen on your behalf in 7 days. So if you're happy with it, you don't have to do anything. But you can always come in here, and you'll notice that my payment now has this box in it, which lets me accept or dispute. This is now broken into the payments. So each person can come in and dispute the record on their behalf if they would like, or they can both do nothing. It doesn't really matter. If you dispute, you get a reason for your dispute. Because I want more money. You should probably make it a little bit more real than that, because that's going to get thrown out the window pretty quick, but that's why I want to dispute it. And you'll see now it's in a disputed state, and there is a flag beside your record because you, or me in this case, is the one that is disputing this. And then that gets posted to the feed as well. And then accounting will be able to come in and do whatever they need to do, and they can just click resolve, and it goes back to the approved state, and everything will go on from there. So that's a little bit about the new commission record. I don't think there's much else to say. Oh, the other thing I should mention, and I guess this is a big one, so I probably should have mentioned it a little bit earlier. Since we now have the ability to create commission records based on ERP order tasks, the orientation people or anybody doing a customer add-on, we no longer need to create a new service order. So if we go in here and we say, I'm going to do a new customer add-on, new ERP order task, this could be anybody actually, but probably, the boat specialist. Wow, this is slow, but there it is, it's created. So we have the customer add-on. If we go add a new product to the customer add-on, so say, we always sell hats because it's the only product number I know, and we probably want to sell 10 of them. What you'll see is there's actually now a commission record for this ERP order task. We will have to do a refresh because we have very old code working with very new code, and the two don't work together very nicely. And if we go into commission, and you will see customer add-on, and there's a whole new record for the customer add-on, and this payment will be created by whoever creates the add-on task. So if the boat specialist created it, then that's who's going to get the commission record. And of course, you could come in and change it to whoever you like. If it doesn't happen to be right, I don't know who a specialist is, so we'll just say Henry. So that adds quite a bit of flexibility to this commission structure. Another big thing to notice, and I don't know how many people actually use it, if you go to this commissions tab up here, or the 9 dots, and type commissions and go to this page, these new records, which include everything from October 1st of 2019 going forward, will not show up in here. So don't go looking for them. And the old records are still there. Everything before today would have created an old style commission record that we're just using to verify the new records were created correctly. And then we're going to delete those. So as of right now, there is no way to just list all these commission records. If you want to see them, you have to go to your ERP order and look at them. I just want to let it out there for a bit to see who's using this, because this is going to be kind of tricky to kind of make use the new commission record versions. And I might do something a little bit different for handling that, using maybe reports or a dashboard or something along those lines. So I don't want to recreate this yet. You just need to be aware that no new commission records will show up here. So don't go looking for them there. It could be a little bit cumbersome to have to go to all of your personal ERP orders to look at those. But for now, that's the way it's going to be, because there's just too much else on my plate for now. So that's just what it has to be. I hope that all made sense to everybody. If not, as always, get a hold of me. Feel free to discuss things that you feel were missed or are not correct or you'd like. which you probably won't call me just to tell me you like it, but hey, that would be fun. Yeah, have a good one. Everyone stay safe, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.